Did you know that the Bible is full of incredible creatures and amazing creations? You may be familiar with some of these marvelous creatures, as they are still present in popular culture today. Because the Bible is a living historical document, we can use it to jump into the past and discover the truth about our world. Join us in this series as we list the most mysterious creatures of creation. In this video, we discuss giants. One of the most fascinating creatures in this series, giants, are certainly a curious topic. The existence of giants can be traced back thousands of years.
Not only do we find records of them in the Bible, there are also numerous accounts throughout secular history. Archaeological discoveries have been made all over the world. Evidence of ancient manuscripts have been unearthed, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Epic of Gilgamesh. Burial grounds have also been discovered, along with skeletons and mummified bodies. Many scholars are of the opinion that the giants were most likely responsible for the megalithic structures that still exist today. Although this topic is controversial and somewhat debatable, the Bible records several different accounts of giants throughout history. One likely explanation for these creatures originates from an event that took place nearly 5,000 years ago. It was during this time something supernatural happened. The Holy Scriptures, as well as other biblically endorsed extra-biblical texts, have indicated that in the days of Jared, demonic fallen angels descended onto the earth. These creatures mated with women who gave birth to corrupted offspring, which the Bible refers to as the Nephilim. There were giants on the earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and bore children to them. The same became mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Most Bibles use the English word giants for the Hebrew word Nephilim, which originates from two words that mean to fall, be cast down, bully, or tyrant. The Nephilim were a result of an unnatural union between the fallen angels and human women. As years went on, these giant creatures continued to inhabit the earth. While on a scouting mission to the promised land of Canaan, some of the Israelites brought back terrifying news. They said that the people are greater and taller than we are. The cities are great and fortified up to heaven. Moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakim there. The book of Numbers tells us more about this account. And there we saw giants, the son of Enoch, which come from the giants. We seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we look the same to them. As the Israelites conquered more inhabitants, taking for themselves possession of the land, they encountered another giant, Og, king of Bashan. The Bible records that King Og of Bashan was the last survivor of the giant Rephaites. His bed was made of iron and was more than 13 feet long and 6 feet wide. One unique and very interesting account testifies to the genetic corruption that continued from the generations before the flood. There was a man of great stature, with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in all. He also was a descendant of the giants. As time went on, the Israelites again engaged in battle against the enemies of the Lord. The most well-known giant in history, Goliath, would now make his presence known.
Welcome everyone to the Night of Champions! Making his way to the ring, carrying heavy armor and equipment, and weighing in at 600 pounds, he stands over 9 feet tall, the Philistine champion, Goliath!
Goliath stood and taunted the Israelites. As soon as the Israelite army saw him, they began to run away in fright. "Have you seen the giant?" they said. Yet one courageous man stood firm in his faith. David said to the king, "The Lord who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." Goliath walked out toward David, sneering in contempt. "Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick?" Then David said to the Philistine, "You come at me with a sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel." Then David put his hand in his bag, took out a stone, and he slung it and struck the Philistine in his forehead, so that the stone sank into his forehead, and he fell on his face to the earth.
To this day, there are people who grow to extreme sizes, whether through genetic disorders like giantism or through normal heredity. While some dismiss the reality that giants existed, large human bones continue to be found around the world today. Although giants no longer exist as they did years ago, we as Christians still find ourselves fighting against the gigantic problem of sin. But thankfully, we have a gigantic God who is greater than the curse of sin and able to set us free. Make sure you check out the other videos in this series as we continue to discuss the most mysterious creatures of creation.